Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Red Dead Online and I'm bringing you another weapon customization guide. Today it's going to be top 5 best designs for the pump action shotgun. And so this is probably my favorite shotgun in the game. No, I'd say it's definitely my favorite shotgun in the game. I like the repeating shotgun and the double barrel shotgun as well. Like those are also guns that I really like. But the pump action is just all around my favorite. And so we're going to be showing you the 5 best custom designs that I've come up with for that gun. And before we get into that, let's just start off with a little history about the weapon itself. The pump action shotgun in Red Dead Redemption 2 is based off the real-life Winchester Model 1897, also known as the Model 97, M97, or trench gun. This is a pump-action shotgun with an external hammer and a tube magazine manufactured by Winchester Repeating Arms Company. The Model 1897 was an evolution of the Winchester Model 1893 designed by John Browning. From 1897 until 1957, over 1 million of these shotguns were produced. The Model 1897 was offered in a numerous barrel lengths and grades, chambered in 12 and 16 gauge, and as a solid frame or a takedown version. The 16 gauge guns had a standard barrel length of 28 inches, while 12 gauge guns were furnished with 30-inch length barrels. Special length barrels could be ordered in lengths as short as 20 inches and as long as 36 inches. Since the time the Model 1897 was first manufactured, it has been used by American soldiers, police departments, and hunters alike. The Winchester Model 1897 was designed by American firearms inventor John Moses Browning. The Model 1897 was first listed for sale in November of 1897, Winchester catalog, as a 12-gauge solid frame. The 12-gauge takedown was added in October of 1898, and the 16-gauge takedown in February of 1900. Originally produced as a tougher, stronger, and more improved version of the Winchester 1893, itself an improvement on the earlier Spencer pump gun, the 1897 was identical to its forerunner, except that the receiver was thicker and allowed for use of smokeless powder shells, which were not common at the time. The 1897 introduced a takedown design where the barrel could be taken off, a standard in pump shotguns made today, like the Remington 870 and the Mossberg 500 series. Over time, the Model 97 became the most popular shotgun on the American market, and established a standard of performance by which other kinds and makes of shotguns were judged, including the most expensive imported articles. The Winchester Model 1897 was in production from 1897 until 1957. It was in this time frame that the, quote, modern hammerless designs became common, like the Winchester Model 1912 and the Remington 870. The Model 1897 was superseded by the Winchester Model 1912. However, the gun can still be found today in regular use. There were approximately 1,024,700 of these guns made since they began to when they ended. They weigh about 8 pounds and have an effective range of 22 yards. Alright, so for our first design, we're going to have probably, I guess what I should call the DTG Classic. I just call it that because it's the one that I usually have on my gun. But it's a pretty basic design. So for this one, we're going to have improved rifling, improved sights. The barrel length doesn't matter because I think it looks good either way. I have the long barrel on here right now, but it looks fine with the short barrel too. But no wrap on it. Then we're going to give it the standard stock, and we're going to put the varnish on that. That's mesquite. Then we're going to give it full engravings with gold inlay, and then the metal is just going to be like you see it here, all black and steel. So we're basically relying for the accents on this one just on that gold inlay in the engravings and that more reddish brown stock to it. And I think that's going to give it just a great contrast, and I think it looks awesome. So it's never a design I get sick of. So that's the first design. Alright, so for our second design, we're going to be keeping it pretty simple again. Improved rifling, improved sights. I've got the long barrel. Works fine with the short barrel. This time we're going to be using it. The stock doesn't matter as much on this one, but for the varnish, we're going to want to use that dark walnut stock. The ebony looks almost as good, but I think the dark walnut is just a little bit better. No carvings, no engravings. And this time, all nickel plating. So you could use iron, nickel, or silver, but I think the nickel looks the best. And so just make sure you've got your nickel all over the entire thing. This one's going to give it a real modern look, obviously. It'd be better if we could have a darker black, like the ebony grips that we can put on some of the revolvers, or even like a molded plastic or rubberized kind of look to it. Then it would really look like a more modern shotgun. But as it is, I love the way it looks. It's not the tactical, all black look, but it does have that stainless against the darker wood, which I think is a great contrast for all the long arm weapons. So that is our second shotgun design. And so, of course, we have a nice fancy design here, and I call this one the Golden Eagle. And so for this one, we're going to be giving it the wide grain stock, improved rifling, improved sights, short barrel. The varnish on the stock should be the wild cherry. Mesquite would work too, but I think the wild cherry looks a little bit nicer. We're going to carve the eagle into the stock, which is where we get our name. Then we're going to use full Victorian engraving with the gold inlay. Then the metal is going to be just like you see it here, blued steel for the barrel, the bolt, and the hammer, and then gold for the frame, the sight, and the trigger. And once again, so you can't make it through one of my weapons videos without seeing this, we've got that classic look. The reddish wood with the gold and the blue. Such a timeless classic look, and I love the way, even with the engraving on the frame, now I could see the argument of taking the engraving off the frame. I think it looks great that way too. That way you have the gold on the barrel, but you don't have anything on the frame. The frame just looks clean and smooth. That's definitely an argument that I could see. But no matter what you do, this one is just an awesome design. In fact, I might switch it over to this. I like the one that I've been rocking, the black with the gold engraving, but this blue and gold, it's just so hard to beat. So that's that design. Let's move on to the next one. All right, and so for the fourth design, we've got the Tactical. So you know how we had the modern one with the silver and the darker one? Now we're going for full Tactical. So for this one, we're going to have improved rifling, improved sights. Short barrel's better for this one. I have the wide grain stock on there with the dark walnut varnish. We're going to be using the cartridge wrap, and for that we're going to be using the chocolate finish for the cartridge wrap to give it the darkest possible look so it matches the stock rather well. And then no carvings, no engravings, and we're going to go with all black. So this one's going to be your best attempt at imitating a modern like SWAT shotgun or police something or even a military one. They all have basically the same look, the black finish for the barrel receiver and everything like that, and then all your furniture is usually nowadays black plastic or some sort of rubberized material, but we don't have that available, so the best we can do is the dark walnut varnish. I love this one. I think it looks very subtle, and I think it's going to match a lot of people's... Well, a lot of people really like that SWAT look for their shotgun. So that's what we've got there for the fourth design, the Tactical. All right, so for our fifth and final design, we have the brass ram. And now this one, I think, looks really nice. All the brass fittings on it, I really like how they look. So for this one, we use the short barrel, improved rifling, improved sights, wide grain stock. We use the Bacote varnish on it. We carved the ram into the stock, and then we used, once again, full engravings. It really doesn't matter which style. And I did the plain iron inlay in those. And then for our metal layout, we're going to have brass for the barrel and the frame, and then iron for the bolt, hammer, sight, and trigger. So this is a pretty cheap design. Only costs 8 gold bars, most of that coming from the brass for the barrel and the frame, which is decently expensive. And I love the way it looks. It doesn't look nearly as gaudy as gold does, but it's definitely something you can see. And like I said, I just love the way the brass fitting. So if you look on the foregrip for the front furniture, how you, the pump part of it, you can see the brass fitting around the front. I absolutely love the way the little details like that look. And then, of course, the contrasting silver from the iron in the brass is subtle. So it's not something that sticks out like gold on blue does, but I think it looks really, really cool. So yeah, that is the fifth and final design for the pump action shotgun. And of course, as an honorable mention, we do have 2 variants that you may want to get if you've never seen them before. And the first one here you can see is the trader variant. So for this one, you just have to purchase the trader roll and level it up to a certain point where you unlock this, and then you can get the trader variant for your shotgun. And the other variant is the widow variant, and this was the one that we just got with the recent Halloween pass. So if you didn't do that, I think it's over now, so bummer, you missed it. But if you did, this is what it looks like. I think both of them look decent. I like the trader one. I think that it's basic black, which most people like on their shotguns anyway, and then you have the fancy stock and furniture. So I think it looks decently nice. But yeah, those are the 2 variants for the pump action shotgun. But that is where we're going to end today's video. So I hope if you wanted to customize your shotguns that you found this video to be useful. Like I said, the pump action shotgun is my overall favorite gun in the, favorite shotgun in the game. And by extension, one of my favorite guns, because I do really enjoy the shotguns. And it can be designed to look pretty dang cool. I like all of these designs I've done here, and I've used them all at different times. Like I said, 2 of them are much more modern and contemporary looking, so if you're trying to do an outfit like a SWAT guy or something that just looks pretty tactical, then the all-black one looks pretty great for that, and the silver one is just a more contemporary look overall. And then we've got those nice gold and black and gold and blue, and then finally the brass one. I love how they all look. So that is where we're going to end it. I hope you liked the video. If you did, definitely click that like button to show me that you liked it. And of course, if you like this content and haven't already subscribed, now's the time to do that. And go ahead and turn on the notification bell while you're at it. And of course, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, wow, that guy blew my head off. Or if you just want to recommend which long arm weapon you want to see customization for next, definitely go down to the comment section and leave all of that there. With all that in mind, thanks a ton for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.